Alright guys, we have a Avenger here. This is the wood stock. There is a synthetic stock version as well. Today all we're going to be doing is fitting a custom, or not custom, aftermarket Donnie FL Avenger adapter. For the sake of this video, we're going to pretend that the end of the shroud has the factory cap on the end of the barrel, just because I lost ours. I don't know where it's at, but we're going to pretend that it's on there. And a lot of people have issues trying to put these on because there's something at the end of the barrel that is restricting you from putting this on. So I'll show you here. Let's say we already took the cap off here and it's off, put away or something, and you try to put this in, it's not going to go in. I already have it around the barrel. It's not wanting to go any deeper than that just because it's bottoming out. So the easy way to fix that, we're gonna go back here. There's gonna be a screw onto the side. You'll see it right there, right here. That screw can be a small Phillips number 1 screw or a 2mm hex screw. Some of the older models had 2 screws. They had one on one side and one on the other side. This one only has one. So first things first is we're gonna remove this screw here, and just keep that in mind. That screw is threaded into plastic. So when you go to assemble it back, do not over tighten it. Alright, so now what we're going to do, now that we got that screw off, is we're going to turn the shroud like this and wiggle it right off as you're pulling out this way. So we're going to start wiggling, and there you go. You see it comes off really easy. Put that right there. So now we have that part right there. You can see the barrel's barely sticking out. So I'll show you what it's doing when you're trying to install it. So this is our adapter, and I got it to slide into the barrel, but it doesn't go any farther, and it restricts us from threading it when we have it on there. So what I'm gonna do, there is a 2mm set screw here. We're gonna loosen that set screw. Once we got that loose, we're gonna slide it down the barrel. So I'm gonna slide it down. There is a dimple right here at the barrel. You can put it there if you want. I personally like putting this right behind the barrel band. As you can see, there's like a 2 or 3mm gap. That's how much you want to give it. The only reason I like it there is because once the shroud is installed, it's actually being centered with the barrel band, and this will help keep the barrel perfectly centered with the shroud and give it the best centricity all the way across that shroud. So now that we have that back on, we're going to tighten down the set screw, and it does not need to be super tight, just really lightly tightened. As you can tell, I use this and I just barely use like finger strength. Just needs to be snug on there. It does not need to be tightened down. It's not a high powered air gun. It's not going to be kicking and breaking things. So yeah. Alright, so now we got the shroud back on, and it'll line up the hole here where that screw came out of, and we're going to replace that. And again, it is threaded into plastic. Do not overdo it. You will strip that piece out. If it strips out, it's really not the end of the world, but gotta do the job right. Alright, so now I'm gonna slide this back a little bit. We're gonna get our Donnie FL Avenger adapter. Some of you will notice that this one has somewhat of a big sized holes there. The updated versions have a smaller hole. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a design change that we did, because this one here has really thin connections, and some of them were actually bending during shipping. So we made the holes smaller so they have a little more strength to them. So now we're just gonna thread this back on. Once that's on, you do not want to over tighten it. You just want to snug it on there. Once it stops turning, just give it a little more, and that's all it needs. It does not need more than that. Now we can grab a moderator. Now we can grab any moderator and we can put it on. Obviously, this is not the moderator that I would recommend for this gun. So I'm going to grab something a little more appropriate. Alright, so this moderator is off one of my other guns, but it's a skinnier, longer one. The one that I normally recommend is the 10 tote for the 22 and 25 caliber. It does really well as the Koi. The Koi does a pretty good job as well. So yeah, as you can see, now I can put a moderator on here and shoot it. There is no air in this gun, so I'm not going to dry fire it. But very simple and straightforward. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at izzy@donnyfl.com. Again, that's going to be IZZY@donnyfl.com. If this helps you guys, it makes me happy if it helps. If it does not, then let me know what else I can do for you. These videos are not a constant video uploads. So yeah, have a good one, guys.